Works. This evening I have our city engineer, Mario Govea, here to, we're going to tag team this item you have before you. I did prepare a PowerPoint just to summarize the billion-page document you have before you. I just really just hit the bullet points on this, try to make it as quick and as painless as possible. As Mayor Moran has stated previously, it's really not new information. Not working. These first two slides will discuss some notable updates presented to Council. At the January 16, 2024 Council meeting, an urgency ordinance request, which was a water moratorium, was brought forth due to the 2023 technical memorandum prepared by Govea Engineering. At the April 2nd, 2024 Council meeting, a water system update was presented to Council. As part of the water system update, the following items were discussed. The November 23 technical memorandum was discussed. Approved projects that were part of that technical memorandum, future supply conditions, TCP progress, as well as new wells. That was all part of the April 2nd, 2024 Council meeting water update. Next slide, please. Other notable updates that were presented to Council. At the September 3rd, 2024 Council meeting, Council approved the formation of an ad hoc committee to evaluate over-the-counter building permit applications subject to the City of Livingston's current water supply conditions. At that September 3rd Council meeting, as part of the ad hoc committee item, it was shared that Public Works staff provided updated capacities from some of the city wells based on current production records due to seasonal adjustments or equipment wear. That was the wastewater equipment analysis report that was prepared by myself in April of 2024. Next slide. The technical analysis slides, I'll let our city engineer present those.
Thank you all. I have a nasty cold, so bear with me. The water capacity assessment was prepared in November 2023, and that's the one that there's some summaries, I think, further down here on, I think it's sheet 8. But that's the one that basically it was prepared in accordance with the state water code, and in a nutshell, it looks at what's called a firm capacity, which is the capacity of the city minus the biggest producing well. It looks primarily at maximum MDD, maximum day demand, and that's what's normally used for planning purposes in terms of available capacity. As I think it was already mentioned, the 10 prior years are looked at, and the consumption for the highest of those years is the one that's considered for determining the demand. It happened to be 2014. And based on that 1 year of consumption, the available capacity was shown to be basically zero. It's actually minus 22 gallons per minute. There's a number of assumptions when you prepare these capacity assessments. This one was actually prepared with daily consumption data and production data, so that's fairly accurate. Based on that assessment, the available capacity would be approximately 0. It was also mentioned that as we go along with the end of the calendar year, come 2025, we will drop 2014, and 2015 will likely be the highest of the 10 prior years. And based on that, the theoretical available capacity would be 555 gallons per minute. That's about half a well, give or take. I think I'm in number 5. There's a chart also here on number 8. You want to take this operational analysis? So I think I'll stop here on number 5, showing that in 2025, the theoretical capacity will show 550 gallons per minute available. To kind of put that in perspective in terms of what does that entail? The 480 unit apartment that's entitled. Well, it will be entitled if the council actually extends their entitlement. It's 480 units and consumption is 179 gallons per minute. So that will show you that if you take the 555 into account, you probably could get close to 1,000 apartments sort of thing.
All right, I'll discuss a little bit of the operational analysis. April 2024, a wastewater equipment analysis report was prepared by myself. As part of the report, it was identified by operational staff that the operations team has struggled to maintain system water pressure above 45 psi during periods of peak hour demand during summer months. These pressure challenges have occurred while all city wells are in operation. Water operational staff have experienced issues with water system equipment failures in the past. When these failures take place in summer during peak hour demand, it further decreases system reliability to maintain system pressure. In September of 2024, staff secured the services of Power Hydrodynamics Inc. to perform well efficiency testing and to provide a thorough inspection of the operating conditions of city wells. Each well was flow tested to confirm maximum production at that time. That production data was used to update the available water capacity that was provided in the technical memorandum that was completed by the engineering department. After updating the available water capacity using the most current numbers from the efficiency testing, the available water capacity places the water system further in the negative for planning purposes.
Yeah, I'll take next to here. And I don't know if you can, yeah, those are pretty small numbers. I don't know if you can read that. But there's basically 3 sections there. The top one is results or comparisons from using the November 2023 assessment. So the top number there is the minus 22, one up there. And it also looks at when 2015 consumption is actually will actually become the highest consumption. Then you have the 555 gallons that we spoke about right there. We also looked at trends for the last 10 years. I think we all realize that around 2016, 2017, there were conservation measures that were actually mandated. So consumption did go down quite a bit. And as we got closer to 2022, 2023, it did increase some, but if we look at those numbers based on consumption for 2022, the available water would be about 1,700 and change, which is like a large well. If you look at consumption of 2023, it would be about 1,370. That one there. So that just puts it into perspective what the actual capacity in terms of nominal production of these wells, which is what's used for these assessments based on recorded data that the state has, and that's for this one is particular. It's from summer of 23, from the operating permit or report from the state. The second one here is a set of data that was prepared based on newer production flows that Public Works provided at a meeting that we had in April, and that's from actual field readings at that time. And it did decrease the flow. It used to be 7,200 up here, and it's like 6650. So we did rework those numbers, and based on that, the available, if you take 2014 into account, that would be 572 negative. If based on 2015, that would be this number, which is about 0. It's minus 17, fairly even. And then we do have also the using 2022 consumption would be 1,143. 2023 consumption would be about 830. The last table here, this third one here, is the one that's using the pump efficiency that was performed for Public Works in September, and our office wasn't involved with that other than compiling compiling the numbers and preparing this. This is more of a snapshot in time, so the criteria is different than these two here. These two is based on actual flow data that was picked up by Public Works here in April, and this is what was done in 2023, including the state. The one down here, of course, as Anthony mentioned, the production did go further down based on whatever data those folks obtained from the efficiency test. So it did drop to 59.92, about 6,000. So it dropped into say 650 gallons per minute. Based on that, for 2024, the deficit would be 1,230, and in 2015 would be 675. And then if you use recent trends, it would go into positive here. And I don't know if I'll go through this other table here. This table is actually taken from the 23 assessment, and basically what you see here, we already talked about the important number that controls here is the one from 2014. That's 7,200 here. And so you can tell that 2015 is going to be, instead of 72, 22, it will be 66, 67. And then it basically drops. And then in terms of what this table shows, it doesn't go up to 23, but 22 shows 5,500. And that's a demand here, 5,500, which is a lot less than the earlier years. So that indicates that consumption trends are decreasing or have decreased in the last 10 years. And yeah, okay, thanks.
All right, conclusion. All three reports from the technical memorandum of November 2023, the field analysis report of April 2024, and the well efficiency testing report completed in September 2024 show that there is zero spare water capacity available for planning purposes. The November 2023 theoretical available water capacity depicts a negative 22 gallon per minute finding. The field analysis report shows an available water capacity of negative 572 gallons per minute, while compared to the most recent field assessment that shows there is a negative 1,230 gallon per minute available water capacity for planning purposes. As Mario talked about earlier, the next water capacity assessment will not most likely, but will be based on the system demand from year 2015, and can be completed in early 2025. That does conclude this PowerPoint, this information.